All right, guys, so we are talking about some controversy surrounding Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator Kazuki Takahashi. Now, I don't think this is as controversial, but I definitely see where some people are coming from, and I even agree with some of the points. Now, let me get to it right now. So, looking at this picture right here, if you guys aren't looking at the picture, I'll describe it to you if you're listening to the podcast. Basically, Yugi is standing, or this is in this case, it's Yami Yugi Atem, standing with two cards on both sides of his chest, and they both say in English, "Let's vote." So at that point, I'm thinking, okay, that's actually not so bad. I don't really. Why can't he tell people to vote? He doesn't do it in the show, but he's not telling them specifically who to vote for. Why is that a problem? Then we have behind him Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, and they say in Japanese, and of course it's the English translation, so I will read the English translation. We have Dark Magician saying, the current administration is betraying its own country. And then Dark Magician Girl says, I really wonder if Japan's future will be okay. And then apparently there was a post. This was, by the way, posted specifically on Kazuki Takahashi's Twitter, and I'm sorry, his Instagram account. And then on the account there was a quote as if it was from Atem saying underneath it. So it wasn't in the picture, but it was underneath saying, "All duelists, now is the time to vote for justice." So here's my take. Yes, obviously people were like, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you taking a political stance? You shouldn't be taking that stance. You shouldn't be talking about politics at all. And I don't agree with that stance necessarily. He is an artist. I believe that he is allowed to talk about politics in any way that he wants to. However, I will admit, and some people are saying this, I do feel weird that it is coming out of his characters' mouths. I said earlier, I don't have a problem with Yugi, or in this case, Atem, saying, all of you go out and vote. I don't have a problem with that. I feel weird that for some reason the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl are just like talking about the administration. That's just odd. Like, I think they can come from Takahashi's mouth, but it's weird that they're coming from these three's mouths. Specifically due to the fact that, this isn't Code Geass, this isn't Gundam, this isn't I don't know if I'd want to hear Light from Death Note's opinion on politics, but still, this isn't a show that has its hand in politics, really. So that's why it feels a little bit off to me personally. But I do feel as if he has every right to say it, Takahashi. And also something, and this is something that I haven't really been seeing people say, but I'm actually curious about it. I kind of want to know what his problems are, though. So here's the thing. So I don't know anything about Japanese politics. I should have mentioned earlier, I'm not getting into the politics side of this when it comes to Japan. But I am going to mention this, and just briefly. So when someone says in the U.S., and at this recording, the current administration, the president is Donald Trump. So when someone says, oh, I wonder if the U.S.'s future will be okay, the current administration is betraying its own country, some will assume, oh, it's someone on the left who's saying something negative about Trump, etc., etc., but it could also be someone from the right saying that they think Trump isn't going hard enough, or even though, and I'm sorry I'm getting political here, but I'm just stating some examples here. The fact that the Republicans hold the Senate, the House, I believe as well, and also have the presidency. I believe it's either the House or the Senate, but the point is that when you have Republicans in that level of control, you still have some people saying that, oh, the Democrats are obstructing and they're the administration, they're part of the administration. They're not Trump's administration, but they're part of the administration. So you have all these discussions, and again, they are, in some cases, can be nuanced. In this case, when someone says, oh, the administration's terrible, is Japan going to be okay? I still don't know what you're referring to. In this case, of course, he's referring to Shinzo Abe, but I don't know anything about Shinzo Abe. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, I guess he's bad. I don't know anything about. Now I know it wasn't meant for me. I'm someone in the U.S., but still, I'm just saying that I feel like, in my opinion, Tanahashi should actually be more specific when criticizing politics. Now he did apologize, and I have nothing against apologies, but again, I feel as if he has every right to say what he said. But he did apologize in a way that I fully understand. So he said, and this was from the same account. This past Tuesday, he said, I was being a nuisance. I have a various of opinions, but I want to deeply apologize to fans for using the characters to express political statements. But thankfully, though, and this is something that I'm happy about, Takahashi did not take down the artwork. So I feel like, I know, we have different not laws necessarily, because this isn't a free speech issue. This wouldn't be a free speech issue in the U.S. But still, I just feel like, look, he wants to say what he wants to say. It isn't inflammatory. This isn't, against any one minority or anything like that. He's just sitting there and he's like, hey, I disagree with the politics of it. I think he has the right to say it, even though I disagree that he used his characters. Again, he has every right to do it. That is his work. And if sales suffer because of it, again, that is something that he should, I'm assuming, understands, and maybe, but that's not, it's not something that I think we, especially a lot of people commenting that I see are on the US side of things, that we should criticize him for. I mean, we're not, this has nothing to do with us, and also this has nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh either, because I'm pretty sure Takahashi doesn't even work on Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. There's new Yu-Gi-Oh coming out, but I'm under the impression that he is not working on it. Even some new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that's about Yami, or Attempt, and is about Yugi, doesn't have his fingerprints on it. I thought. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, either in the chat or in the comment section. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that Takahashi is not involved in it. So it's not like, anyone sitting out there is going to be like, oh no, Yu-Gi-Oh is going to get political now. Again, it wouldn't even be, if you're from the US, it's not our politics. So just a brief example, the liberal party, the quote unquote liberal party in Japan, does not in any way mirror what people look at as liberals in the US. So even if it did get political in certain respects, it would most likely have nothing to do with our politics and our landscape whatsoever. But either way, I mean, again, I don't think this is a huge controversy. I feel as if I can understand why some people would go, hey man, I don't want politics in my, in my Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that. But again, this is on his personal Instagram as well. So this is not something that's going to be on the cover of a Yu-Gi-Oh manga. It's not going to be in an anime. So honestly, I personally don't feel like it's a huge controversy myself. But again, a lot of people were talking about this. A lot of people were kind of building this up as a huge thing. So I thought, all right, well, is this a controversy? Is it not? Let's do a breakdown. And again, me personally, I don't really think it's a big controversy. But again, I do agree. He's using his characters who don't really talk about politics, mostly because they're trading cards. So they don't really talk about politics a lot. But yeah, so either way, tell me what you guys think about this story, either in the chat if you're watching this live, or in the YouTube comment section down below.